¿Qué onda, familia? What's good? It's your boy Richard Linares here. We are coming at you from the city of Oxnard in beautiful Southern California. We are here for another episode number 7 today. Episodio número 7 aquí el día de hoy. So 7's a beautiful number, right, bro?
Must, hell yeah.
El número de perfección. The number, and I got Mr. Perfection. Well, are you Mr. Perfect?
No, I wouldn't say that.
No? Okay. Well, I got Mr. Imperfection here. But we're going to go ahead and let you take a look. We're going to go ahead and take a look at one of our sponsors that supports here, Abogados a su Defensa. We'll be right back with my special guest, the Hood Foodie from the 818. Hey, what's up, guys? So we are back now, and once again, we're here in the studios, and I have a special guest here with me all the way from 818 San Fernando Valley, El Valle de San Fernando, right?
Exactly, yes.
The Hood Foodie's here with me. We're going to go ahead and put his little title up here para que lo encuentres on Instagram, para que te conectes con él. It's going to be a powerful show today. We're going to hear a little bit about how he got started, a little bit about his story. He's really passionate about mental health. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. We're also going to show you a clip. He has a series called Rolling with the Hood Foodie, and today we visited one of the places here in Oxnard, California. We'll be showing you that video here halfway through the show. But with that said, bienvenido, bro.
Thank you for having me here. Definitely a great opportunity. I haven't come out to Oxnard as much as I would like to, but we're here and we're going to make the best of it.
That's right. And so right here, right now, we give a shout out to Dolce Vita. Thank you so much. They hooked it up with the white chocolate mocha with a shot of CBD para que me calme un poquito. It's been a crazy day. But with that said, thank you so much, William. Dolce Vita Cafe, we love you. Te amamos mucho. La dulce life, the sweet life is what Dolce Vita means in Italiano, I think is what it is. Do you know Italian, bro?
No.
No Italian? No. You just eat Italian, right?
Hell yeah.
So with that said, bro, we connected via social media, I think last year, right?
Yeah, I think you were stalking me, and I finally responded, and here we are.
See, it works, guys. You stalk someone long enough, you bug them long enough, y luego pues te tiran un panecito y te agarras. You get a hold of that and you take it for what it's worth. But so we connected via social media. I've been watching you grow, and we're gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna break it up in like 3 segments. But I'm just really proud of you, bro. Before we even get started. Number 2, I'm very grateful that you have come out here to the city of Oxnard. We met. I think you came out here to the outlets last year, right?
No, I think it was. Yes. Yeah, we did meet up at what outlets were they?
At the Camarillo outlets.
Correct.
In like November, beginning of December, we had a conversation, and you mentioned that you wanted to come out here. You actually hit me up because someone was asking for restaurants to eat out here, right? I think is what it was.
Yeah, I had a good friend ask me if I knew any recommendations out here in Oxnard, but I think what connected us was the fact that my familia means everything to me, and you being part of that, I'll move the mountains for you guys. So I know you threw out some potential projects that we can be putting together, and I'm all for it. Like I said, I don't take my familia lightly. They mean a lot to me, and that's why we're here.
And so right now, currently, as we speak, we're present day today. You have had some amazing doors open up for you, right?
I've been blessed, yes.
You've been blessed.
I've been blessed.
And some things are taking place right now. But before we get to like everything that you're involved with and what you're doing, let's go ahead and take a flip back to chapter 1. Tell us about the Hood Foodie when he was a hood baby. Let's go back to hearing a little bit about your story. One of the things that I want to do as part of our show is to reduce the stigma of mental health, to pretty much shed a light on individuals who have become successful, but at the same time recognize that it's not been an easy journey, and that's willing to be open and honest for the sake of those that might be watching and going through a difficult moment in life, to be inspired with some hope, to be inspired that there's purpose for their lives. Because one of the last things that we want, that I want to see, is that an individual who is a creative, gifted individual take away their life because of suicide, because they can't cope with life and everyday reality. And so, once again, with that said, let's take me back on the journey of the hood baby. We'll just say that, for tagging the hood part in there. Where are you from originally?
So I was actually born in 1979 in Lakeview Terrace. Once I turned one, yeah, my dad was from León, Guanajuato. He actually moved us back there, and we lived out there for like about 8-9 years. So yeah, basically I started in the hood of León, Guanajuato. Late 80s, we came back to the San Fernando Valley. Found ourselves, a family of 6 living in a motorhome in back of, the backyards of uncles, aunts, you name it. We basically lived the whole San Fernando Valley from like Silmar to San Fernando, Pacoima, Sun Valley, to now where I live at, Encino.
So, does this mean that you probably were a part of different schools, right? You moved around a lot?
Yeah. I mean, I feel that kind of impacted my schooling, my education, because there was never stability. So yeah, I went from, Spanish school to English school to get, knowing nothing but Spanish, coming to the U.S., living with family members that knew nothing but English, so I was always, made fun of because I was different and things like that, and think, that kind of always stays in the back of my mind, because it was a trip, because now that you look at it in the back, it's like my own family members were making fun of me, and I didn't even understand why.
Mm. And about what age was this that you were, the time frame with regards to you dealing with this kind of stuff?
I was like 10 years old,
okay.
10, 11, yeah.
So at 10, 11 years old, people are just making fun, they're making jokes of you. And so you, like, what's happening with you? I mean, this probably starts birthing insecurities in you. Is that what started happening? Or what was happening to you mentally as you witnessed and were experiencing this kind of stuff as a child?
Well, see, we also got to understand, like, I'm only going to say my point
yes.
of view, growing up Mexican, Latino, sometimes, I don't even blame my parents. Maybe they didn't understand what I had. Mm-hmm. I was always having these highs and lows. One day I was, feeling like Superman, and the next day I was, basically in the dump. Mm-hmm. In rooms, closed, in darkness, which I never understood what that was. Mm.
What do teenage years look like for Alexander?
I mean, party life, backyard parties, smoking weed, didn't have any, any responsibilities, which, like I said, at that point, I still didn't, understand what was happening and didn't realize what was going on. I knew that I was basically not giving myself any credit. I didn't feel like I was amounting to nothing. I graduated high school with the C average. I felt like, I never kind of got into the books. Every time I would get into the books, I couldn't concentrate. But yeah, I just, like I said, just things that you look at now back then that maybe people could have, like, kind of seen but didn't see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was just, yeah, I mean, you can't blame nobody. I mean, like I said, in my household, it was like, oh yeah, you're sick? Oh, well, there's, 7-Up. That's going to cure you.
El Vaporru.
El Vaporru. Yeah, yep. Exactly.
Wow. El té de manzanilla. I really appreciate the fact that you acknowledge, and you're at the place in your life where you're no longer blaming any other individual, because that's a process that I had to go through. Because at one time, my story was told from the narrative of, this is what they did to me, they're bad people. But then I started to reflect and realize that as I got older, I started making the same choices, poor choices. I wasn't, the things that I said I would never do, I ended up seeing myself do them, and which gave me this perspective to be like, I can't blame my dad for what took place. I can't blame my mother. I have to understand that maybe they knew no better. And so I appreciate that you acknowledge that with regards to your personal story. The household in the home, I mean, how many are there brothers and sisters in the home? Are you the only child?
No, it was, there was 6 of us. So it was mom, dad, an older sister, older brother, me, and a younger sister.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So where are you at? So you're in the middle somewhere?
Closer to the youngest. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
What's going on with your the environment with regards to your parents? Are they present? Are you a mama's boy? Are you more pegado a tu papá? Where was that relationship at?
Okay, so this is a trippy part. I don't remember my past too much. I vaguely remember it. My parents actually passed away me getting out of high school. So there's not too many memories. I don't know if there's blockage there or whatnot. But yeah, as soon as I got out of high school, my dad passed away. He tried to stop drinking and everything, hit him, cirrhosis, diabetes. Doctor was even like, damn, bro, like if he would have kept drinking, I mean, he had maybe like five more years,
Wow.
of life. And then I think what happened with my mom right after that, I believe she created, depression, and that depression developed into pancreatic cancer. And then we lost her the year after.
Wow, bro, sorry to hear that. So there's a lot of stuff happening in your life. You're losing your parents. About how old were you when this takes place?
18, 19.
18, 19 years old. So you're at the place where you're entering adulthood, and you've went through these series of events that were traumatic. You lose both of your parents. And so what ends up happening with regards to the dynamic of the family and the household with no parents now? But because you're now an adult, did you have to move out and fend for yourself, or what took place?
I mean, we had older brother, older sister, but obviously, they had their own thing going on. So it was just more the younger ones, kind of fending for themselves. Like we took each other in. We rented an apartment together, and until it was time for us to kind of go on our own ways. But yeah, I mean, from that point to 37 years. Well, once I hit 37 years, if you can imagine just not seeing any future for yourself. Like I thought I was like done, basically, like, okay, like, my life is gonna end with me not, using my full potential. Until one day I decided to stop feeling sorry for myself. And this was at 37 years old.
And we're gonna come back and talk a little bit more about what takes place at 37. And for those of you that are watching, I have a special guest with me, the Hood Foodie, Alexander Orozco, with me. And we have him here with us. Here we go. So those of you that are tuning in right now, we have Alexander Orozco with us today, and the Hood Foodie, and he's here from the 818. We're listening to his story of the journey of becoming the Hood Foodie. And so please don't go away. We're going to take a quick break and hear from one of our sponsors. We'll be right back right after this as we continue this interview with the Hood Foodie from the 818.
Have you been involved in an accident? ¿Fuiste lastimado en un accidente? If so, I invite you to give my friends Abogados a su Defensa a phone call right now. Te puedes comunicar con ellos ahora mismo 24/7 al 805-436-1227. You can reach them right now at 805-436-1227. Free consultations. Las consultas son gratis. If we don't win, you don't pay. Si no ganamos, no cobramos. Once again, that number is 805-436-1227, 805-436-1227. Llámale a los Abogados a su Defensa. Su experiencia marca la diferencia.
Hey guys, so we are back here in the studio, and we are here with the Hood Foodie from representando el Valle de San Fernando.
818, compas.
Puro paisa, right?
You know it.
So we're here, powerful story. We're hearing the journey of the Hood Foodie with regards to what his life was growing up, for the purpose of being able to share with those that might be watching. You might think that your life has been very difficult. You might think that you're the only one, but the reason we highlight stories like this individual that's here with me today is because we want you to know that you're not alone. And we've been talking about the journey of what's been taking place, bro, in your life. And so now you are now an adult. You're now 37 years of age. You get to the place in your life where you stop feeling sorry for yourself. Like, how did you come to that moment where you realized that you couldn't? Did someone tell you? Ya ubícate, te dieron con la chancla. What happened to get you to the place where you said, I'm going to think differently?
No, I think what it is it's, your time comes. Like I said, I mean, everybody's time is different. It sucks that some people don't get the opportunity, but I'm fortunate that I was able to get the opportunity, and I was just fed up. I was fed up of not using my potential. Because even, back when in my dark days, it's, I had this feeling in the back of my mind that I was destined for greatness, but I couldn't pinpoint it. Like it was just so cloudy that I couldn't see. I couldn't see it through. I stopped feeling sorry, and that's the day that I actually decided to stop drinking, because I knew that alcohol played a huge role in my household.
Wow.
Same goes for my dad's death.
Yeah.
So it was crazy, because one day I was just like, I'm gonna stop drinking, and when I would drink, like I wasn't a daily drinker, but I was a binge drinker. So once I started drinking, I mean, I was like till 6 a.m, mujeriego, DUIs, jail, crashing my new trucks on the center divider of the 5 freeway. Knock on wood that I didn't take anybody's life. I mean, I'm very fortunate in that, but and I'm still able to. I got the opportunity that I have now. So I started with cutting out the alcohol, and I was like, okay, wait a minute, like maybe this is the time that I need to start working on myself, start loving myself. So I did the whole, I went to a psychiatrist, psychologist. I was diagnosed with bipolar depression, and that I think kind of. Then I figured, okay, now I understand what the highs and the lows were, because I remember a supervisor. And this is, I remember like yesterday, which I actually reached out to see if I can visit him not too long ago, because it's true, like he would say, like, Alexander, you're a dreamer. At the time, I never understood what he meant. Because, obviously at the time I was like, I'm dreaming big, but everything that I would say and dream about would never be in effect.
Wow.
Right? So then, I was diagnosed bipolar depression. Then I started taking medication. I was like, okay, let me go to my regular physician. They diagnosed me with pre-diabetes. So they gave me medication. Well, those medications clashed. And next thing you know, I was like losing my sight. I was like, at a new job. It was just going kind of crazy for me. So what do? I try to stop medication from one day to the next. All the side effects of all that starts kicking in. Well, one day I find myself, during lunchtime, contemplating suicide in my truck. And the other day I was doing a podcast with Mexican Ways, and I don't know, it kind of just it hit me that there was 3-4 companies in the facility. The parking lot was so full that people were double parking. That was the reason why I didn't drive off, because somebody was in front of me. And then then I was like, okay, so what do I do now? Like, how do I call my wife? How do I build up to tell her that I'm ready? Like, I'm here trying to take my life away. And I was calling siblings. They kind of built me up. Finally was able to contact her, and she's like, wait for me, wait till after work. We'll take you to the hospital to see what we can do for you. We went to the hospital, ended up in Mission Community Hospital in Panama City. They analyzed me, and I ended up being submitted for 5152.
And I just recently heard 5152 term. What is that? Because I'm used to hearing 5150. What is 5152?
Well, I was every time I would express it, I would be 5150, which that's what I heard. What I was here. I was always here. But 5150 is the 72-hour psychiatric hold.
Okay.
5152 is when it goes past that.
Okay.
Because they don't feel that you're capable of being in society just yet.
Wow.
So I was in there for like about 7-10 days.
So you were the mental state of mind that you were in was extremely severe.
Oh yeah, I was like in there, like I was basically in a sane asylum. I was in there like, wow, like have I stooped this low? Like, you know, I'm basically, you know, in a sane asylum, you know, and all they're doing is that they're just feeding me, you know, the medication that I was trying to get away from. You know, so I said, you know, I told myself that once I got out of there, I was just gonna, you know, reduce the medication little by little, and I was just gonna clear my body of all substance.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I mean, you know, there were still like side effects. I ended up getting home, and I was basically like a cabbage. Like I remember like my wife being right next to me, telling me, you know, that she loved me, that, you know, that my kids loved me, that they wanted me to play with them, have fun, you know, be my regular personality, because she didn't think I was coming back. And
Wow.
it went for like a couple months.
Because I mean, one of the things so you are a father, current
Yes, I'm a father of two.
2 children, okay. And then right now, how old are you currently right now today?
I'm 41. I just turned 41 in January.
Yay.
So I'm a young 41.
You're a young 41. I'm a young 43.
Ahí, cabrón. Okay.
Cheers, Dina. Salud. Salud a los
Salud,
40s.
salud.
Ya llegamos. We're almost to the 50s. No manches. All right. So, so you're at this place. You're there. You're on this 5152 hold. You know, you want to come out of that situation. You said you're going to stop taking medications. And so does it happen?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I started reducing it little by little.
Okay.
Like I said, but when I started reducing it, I was basically a cabbage. And then, yeah, I would say like 2 months after it, you know, I started getting interested in the whole social media thing, and like people were taking images. It just so happens that I opened up, you know, the handle, the Hood Foodie, you know, and then I was just going, you know, taking pictures of like the places I grew up with, like Lenchitas in Pocoima, 818, you know, all the little mom and pop shops at a time where LA in the foodie world was very commercialized. The only people that were being showcased are people that had money. So, you know, then here we come, you know, we get kicked out to LA with a bunch of projects, and I want to feel that we were part of the movement that leveled everything out, not taking away from the people that paved the way or the people before us, but I feel like we had a huge part in leveling, you know, the foodie game, you know, where now you have people with 1 million followings going to like taco stands. Like everything's kind of like everybody's getting the same love now.
Yeah.
And yeah, and from that, you know, it was crazy because at a very young age, I didn't understand what I was doing.
Yeah.
Until people started approaching me from the community and like, you know what you're doing, right? And I'm like, no, you're giving a voice to people that might not have a voice.
Wow.
And I was like, you know, once somebody hit me with that, I was like, okay, yeah, let's, you know, it felt like somebody kind of put it on my lap and they're like, run with it. So then next thing you know, it's like, you know, I'm creating dishes with the people I was helping support, podcast interviews with, you know, Martin Moreno.
I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
Because we're going to take a break really quick. We're going to take a look at what you're actually doing. We're going to come back and talk more about that. So we were here in the city of Oxnard. It was your first time coming out to Oxnard, and I took him to a local restaurant of a young individual. He's 27 years old. They had started this food truck. They started out of an apartment.
Correct.
They started out of an apartment, and they began to make food out of an apartment. These two brothers, these two individuals from this company, and they began to grow. And when they began to grow, this young other individual came alongside, started working with them, and then they were given an opportunity to be able to come out here to what we know as the collection, to this new facility that was going to give him an opportunity to be able to launch something because he had no children and because he had more freedom to go ahead and start it. This 27-year-old kid became co-owner and launched this business in 2017, which is why I brought Alexander out here. We got to meet him. We got to try out his food, because just like you visit mom and pops,
Yes.
but what happens when mom and pops come together? Pues tú sabes, they have children.
Correct.
And so one of the things about addressing, highlighting him is that he's a young person that I'm sure came from parents that had a dream for him.
Correct.
And now he's succeeding in that. And so we're going to go ahead and take a break, watch from our sponsors, but right after that, we're going to go ahead and watch the video of Rolling with the Hood Foodie here with your homie, The Good Hustler, okay? So we'll be right back after this.
Have you been involved in an accident? ¿Fuiste lastimado en un accidente? If so, I invite you to give my friends Abogados a su Defensa a phone call right now. Te puedes comunicar con ellos ahora mismo 24/7 al 805-436-1227. You can reach them right now at 805-436-1227. Free consultations. Las consultas son gratis. If we don't win, you don't pay. Si no ganamos, no cobramos. Once again, that number is 805-436-1227. 805-436-1227. Llámale a los abogados a su defensa. Su experiencia marca la diferencia.
Yo, what's up, and welcome to episode 10 of Rolling with the Hood Foodie. Familia, please introduce yourself.
What's good, familia? It's your boy, The Good Hustler, Richard Linares, and I have brought the Hood Foodie here to the hood of Oxnard, California, to an amazing restaurant called Seoul Sausage. Come on with us. We're going to have a good time today. Welcome to Oxnard.
So this one right here, this is our KFC bowl. KFC stands for Korean Fried Chicken.
All right, Richard, I need to know, why did you bring us here?
Well, you know, I know that you visit mom and pops, and you know, mom and pops, they get together and they have kids. So this is a young man here that is 27 years old. He got an opportunity to be co-owner in this business, and he's been here in the city of Oxnard now since 2017. So I have a heart and a passion to support local people, and more than anything, young people that are doing something with their lives. And so I've come, dude, esta comida está bien riquísima, and we're about to get our grub on right now, bro.
It's feast.
So this is how I eat my KFC bowl. This is the Korean fried chicken, bro. So primero agarras un pedazo de pollo, and then the house sauce, dude, is amazing. I have them put extra house sauce on this. So así, and it has a bed of cabbage and a bed of arroz. Y así le hacemos así, muchacho, mira. Heaven, bro. El cielo aquí en la tierra.
A ver si mi compita aquí está diciendo la verdad. Let's try this KFC. So we've got some coleslaw, some rice. We're getting in there. A ver. Mug pan, baby. I love the sweetness, the savoriness. Coleslaw puts everything basically together. A must-try, familia.
Hey, bro, so I want to just thank you so much for coming on out here to the beautiful city of Oxnard. I've been in the city for like 10 years now. I have a startup marketing and promotions company. I've been doing a lot of community service work here. And just recently I started recognizing that, you know, God gave me a gift of using esta boca to be able to talk, the gift of gab. He's giving me an awesome favor to where I've made a lot of networks and I've met a lot of new people. And so, you know, I'm out here. You can check me out at goodhustlers.com. Like I said, we have a YouTube show that I just launched. We're actually in season 1 right now, and you're actually going to be on the episode tonight.
But yeah, bro, thank you for supporting. It's all about hustling good. My heartbeat is to help other individuals, whether they're a small business, whether they're an individual, whether they're an entrepreneur, whether there's a community leader. I just want to be able to highlight people, give them a voice, share stories, and ultimately, one of the things I'm really passionate about, bro, is reducing the stigma of mental health. You know, doing community service work, I've struggled, with wrestling with my own trauma on top of helping other people with their trauma, and I had some really down times. And just recently, I found myself in a really dark spot. But what brought me out of it was making sure that I remembered to do good for other people. And so since then, bro, that's what I'm passionate about. I want to help ex-drug addicts, ex-alcoholics. I want to take those that were bad hustlers and give them an opportunity to be a good hustler. Hustle good for other people, hustle good for themselves. Because another thing I've learned is that, if you don't love yourself, then you don't have any power to be able to love other people. But once again, I thank you so much for supporting, bro. Thank you for coming to the beautiful city of Oxnard. And once again, if you want to find out more information, you can find me on Instagram at The Good Hustler. You can find me on Facebook under Richard Linares. You can also check out the website at goodhustlers.com, and there you can watch our YouTube show, okay? God bless, bro. Once again, familia por vida.
Yo, huge shout out to the Hood Footy for coming by to our hood. We're out here in Oxnard, California. If anything, guys, catch us on the Instagram, Soul Sausage Oxnard or Soul Sausage. Find us in LA County or in Ventura County. See you guys later.
All right, Good Hustler, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the Hood Footy cause.
Dude, we appreciate you coming out here to the city of Oxnard, bro. We love you out here in Ventura County,
Definitely.
and you can come back anytime, right?
Anytime, baby.
So make sure you guys come out, support, and tell them that the Hood Familia sent you.
There we go, guys. We are back, and you just got to watch the video of Rolling with the Hood Footy. So, dude, you do, like, you are the one, actually, like, you are the one in front of the camera, you're the one behind the camera sometimes, and then you're the one actually doing a lot of the editing, right?
I'm an all-man crew, yeah.
You're an all-man crew.
Yeah.
So all your personalities are working together to make this happen, right?
Hey, man.
So, amazing. The food was delicious, right?
Yes, yes.
It was yummy. Estaba bien rico. We didn't take a picture of one of the things, right?
No, he actually gave us an additional dish. So now we got all three images.
Well, that's what I was going to, like. We forgot to take a picture, which actually got us an extra plate of food, so of the KFC. That KFC, it's Korean. So when they said KFC, I thought it was gonna be like some popcorn Kentucky Fried Chicken thing.
Yeah.
But then I read in this Korean fried chicken, it was really, really good. We have people here in the background with us over here. We have the sound crew, the media crew, Silly Panda Media in the house. What's up, guys?
Hey.
So you guys can hear them in the background. They're also enjoying the Dolce Vita Cafe. ¿Cómo les gustó?
Always on point.
Always on point. Always on. But one of the things you got to do, they're giving us away the opportunity, right, to be able to give away once we launch the video. It's going to be launched on your page. You're going to be able to do a giveaway, right?
Yes, yes.
We're going to be able to give away an entree, and they're going to give away a free T-shirt. I think it is, right?
Correct.
So we all get a chance. Well, I mean, I'll give everyone else a chance because, I mean, I've already ate there. And he probably doesn't have 4X because people don't always have big T-shirts. But we're going to go ahead and you're going to be able to have an opportunity to win an opportunity to get some good comida right there with the homie at Seoul's Sausage. Está bien rico el sausage, huh, bro? I'm more of a sausage fan, but I had a lot of KFC, but once, here we go. Órale, back to reality. Back to life, back to reality. This is what the CBD does. So, you now have all these opportunities that are opening up to you. You didn't realize the power that you had with regards to what you were doing. But what it was is you were naturally in your element of helping other people, trying to help. And because that's the heartbeat, I think, of who you are. When I hear you, when I see you, when I hear the interviews, I see the heartbeat of an individual that wants to help other people and highlight other people, right?
Yes.
And so today you now like have these opportunities. So let's go. So you're taking images, you're taking pictures. People are letting you know, hey, this is what you're doing. So you created. So did you start off first with Facebook or with Instagram?
Instagram.
So you started off first with Instagram, and then you started a Facebook eventually, right?
Yeah. Well, now we we have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok.com, Gmail.
Oh, un poquito de todo.
Yeah,
Este vato, he got everything.
we're taking full advantage up here.
That's right. I mean, because it's free. These are free resources that we have access to. So you're using all these channels. And I love the way Gary Vee puts it. Gary Vee says that, the new NBC, ABC, and CBS is now Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So these are these channels that now have provided us, those of us that are dreamers, to be able to have a platform and be able to communicate to the masses. So here you are. So I want to hear like when the big aha moments start happening and when those big doors start opening up. What's taking place? You're capturing videos. You started the Instagram. You're on Facebook. Where do you start realizing that this is actually making a difference and people are actually watching?
Oh man, I would say since the beginning. I mean, it just started since day one. There was a restaurant that reached out to me that was reaching out to several influencers but would never get a response. And the dude would tag me. He's like, tag me like, oh, Mas Menudo, this and that. And, I responded and I went and I tried all the food. And next thing you know, he's like, I would love to, certify your restaurant with, certify my restaurant with your logo, create dishes with you. So he was at like 400 followings when I first met him, not knowing the network that I had. We would put together events, I would bring in like social media, huge names, to now I think he's like over 30,000 followings in maybe 2 years?
Wow.
Yes.
So now he's there, and now you are here, and so you started seeing the impact. How did it feel having people come up to you and be like, I seen you in a video?
Well, he was actually one of the first ones that, like, once I got to his restaurant, like, he was starstruck. Like, he was like, oh my God, like, the Hood Foodie is here, blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, it started at a very young following, and it's never, it hasn't stopped. I'll go, what was it, just this weekend, for some reason, I got kicked out to LA, and I think that was kind of like the part of the journey to kind of like, because the foodie world was so centralized in LA, that I got kicked out over there. But I'm 818 repping. So now it's like I want to show love to because I'm a big believer is that you never forget where you come from.
Yeah.
So this weekend it was like a prime example of it. Where I was like I took my little boy to Shakey's. And there was this guy, a HVAC maintenance guy. And I saw him look at me in the bag, but then he actually, once he came around, he's like, what's up, Hoodie Foodie? And I was like, what's up, familia? So, that was like one encounter. Then I went to a club at night, and these kids were like, oh my God, like, I know you, bro, like, all the places that I go eat is because of you, like people like you, like inspire me, blah blah blah. And it just so happens that I was with my brother and my cousin, and there was a friend of my brother's friend that was there that my brother didn't know, and he was even pointing out like, oh, is that the Hood Foodie? Not knowing that was my brother. He's like, oh yeah, that's my brother, the Hood Foodie. So I mean, it's very humbling. A lot of people, I mean, as you can see, the comments are like, oh, you're becoming famous, blah, blah, blah. Like, I've never seen it that way. I've seen it in the sense where, like, the more that I can grow, the more that I can reach out to people, the more followings I can get, the more people that I can help out. And that goes back to the whole, guess why I don't need medication no more? Because all the love and support that I've been receiving, it's been minimizing my mental health.
Wow.
Like, that's been my medication, and that's why I do it.
That's powerful, bro.
So,
when you, as a person who's worked in the mental health field industry for a couple of years, actually a little bit over a decade, my experience has been in, when you hear the stories and you see that, you begin to see the trend. I mean, you begin to see this, a lot of people, they have that lack of support. They have a lot of times a lot of trauma going on in the home, things taking place, whatever, that doesn't give them that kind of support. Even people in recovery. People in recovery, once they get connected to whether it's a church group or a support group, that's why the rooms of AA and NA and those, the 12-step rooms,
Correct.
And all these other kind of support groups, they're beneficial because they're creating these new communities for individuals to not feel alone and to feel supported. And I think it's really awesome that you highlight that, because I think we all can say we might know someone who's probably going through something right now, and you might ask, what is? I feel like I can't help them. I feel like I don't know what to do. Sometimes all you need to do is not so much like something specific. You just got to be there for them. Just support them. Just show them that they're not alone, that they're loved.
Well, check this out.
I'll check it out, homie.
So, obviously, we started with food, but just recently, one of my memorable moments was I got invited to Hispanicize. Not only did I get invited, but I was asked to be a presenter for the best food blogger of the year with the representative of Nestle and Maggi. Took my wife, walked the red carpet, all this highlight. But that was nothing compared to me walking around the hotel, and there was a young lady that called my name out, like the hood foodie. And I turned around, like, what's up, familia? She's like, yeah, what's up? And she was like, I want to thank you. And I'm like, thank me for what? She's like, I owe all my success to you. Like, everything, I'm at where I'm at because of you. And it's like, how do you respond to that? Then that made me understand that our platform was not just about food, it was bigger than that. And that was 2019, and I've realized that, like you giving me a platform to reach out more people, I've understood that, with my transparency, in every podcast that I've done, I talk about mental health. I talk about, diabetes. I talk about, autism, because, those are all things that hit home.
Yeah.
And with that, I've gotten messages where like, oh, my husband, he was suicidal, blah, 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 this, that. I just get these very, inspiring, stories that I help put together.
Mm-hmm.
So going into 2020, I told myself, well, I mean, if I've been a little transparent to this point, I'm gonna be even more transparent, because if we can prevent somebody from committing suicide, or help somebody, motivate them to live out their dreams, even if it's just one person.
That's right, bro. That's one of the things I've always said, because sometimes you can get caught up in wanting to do so much and reach so many, and it was overwhelming for me, until I started learning, just try to make an impact in one person's life. If you just make an impact in one person's life, that's all you need. That could be it, and it's just one. It ends up becoming this trickling effect of one person after another. So you are part of the Hispanicize event.
Correct.
That gives you this platform. So you recently did a promotion from McDonald's, right?
Okay, so what happened?
And maybe I'm jumping ahead, but let's...
No,
Okay.
So McDonald's actually reached out to me at 3,000 followings, which I thought was like unheard of.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
The corporate McDonald's, not
Well, actually, Southern California.
McNalgas.
Like McNalgas.
McVecina.
Where's your head at?
McBurritos. Not McBurritos, not any of those.
First you take me to a
McDonald's.
sausage place.
Cheers.
So McDonald's reached out to me at 3,000 followings, and I have to give it to them. They helped me get into one of the biggest Latino media communities, and I'm talking about Legend, Mexican Ways, Roxy. I mean, you're talking about some of the biggest Latinos influencers out there, and I can be like, a phone call away. So yeah, that's been, you know, one of my biggest, you know, networkings, where from McDonald's, you know, I met so many people, and then, you know, I met their friends, and then their friends, you know, I met their friends. But yeah, I mean, with that, you know, everybody's been very supportive, you know, uplifting me. I just did a Rolling with the Hood Footy with the Mexican Ways. I do a segment with Roxy, Snack Attack.
I love Roxy.
Oh, she's yeah.
She's so inspirational. I started watching her when she had a show with Chiquis.
Yeah,
Chiquis
yeah.
Rivera. That's when I started watching her and following her, because, you know, she does the radio, and then she does a lot of women empowerment stuff.
Correct.
So, hola chica, if you're watching, I want your autograph, porfas. So then these opportunities are open up for you. You recently, one of your pictures just got highlighted in with regards to Trejos. Is it Trejos Tacos?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's crazy because, you know, a bunch of people reach out, and it just so happens that a friend reached out to me because they wanted more influencers, and somehow my name got kind of picked out with, you know, and I was next to influencers that had like 100 to 200,000 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And here I'm at 14 and a half. And yeah, you know, they called me up. I got to meet, you know, Danny Trejo, which I had met him at an AA meeting when my whole recovery was happening. I get to meet him and his kids, but this time it was more formal. You know, there is like a video clip of me introducing him, and super cool dude, repping Pacoima, the 818, of course, you know, Machete. But yeah, you know, it's I just, for some reason, I just started realizing it's not about the people that you know. It's about the people that know you. And the way that I you know, promote my familia is that we might be at 14 and a half followings, but it's equivalent to 1 million because how, you know, like how close we are, you know, how organic we are. You know, I've never tried to, you know, extend my followings. It's just, you know, how I get my followings is how I get my followings. I pitch out my product. If you want to follow me, you follow me. If not, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But the family is still gonna keep going.
It is because, you know, people watch, you know, and like, you know, like you said, you know, we might have these followings, but the thing is that the audience, it ends up reading the impressions, the shareables with the hashtags and all the other things that we have as resources. It begins to open up this opportunity for us. And I want to get to the Hood Footy. Was there ever a time that someone told you should change your name? Is a question I want to ask you. Was there ever a time that someone said, you know what, you should change it up, you should do something different? Anybody ever try to discourage you from being the Hood Footy?
Nah, actually, I mean, I got a lot of praise for it.
Okay.
You know? It just so, you know, like I said, I grew up in the San Fernando Valley, you know, from Silmar, San Fernando, Pacoima, and I was showcasing, you know, mom and pop shops. Not your commercial places.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody was like, okay, you know, the hood, you know, the Hood Footy, going to the hood, to like mom and pop shops. You know, it fits well.
Okay.
It fits well.
No. And the reason I ask you that, because I think the journey of every individual that's an influencer, they come to this place in their life where they have a vision, but then at times there's people that come against that vision or try to give their 2 cents or try to be like, well, this is what I've done. And the thing is, what I'm learning from you and what I've seen from you and through our conversations, you've went off of your instinct. You've went off of what's in your gut. You've went off of, you know, I've seen you from what I hear is you're following your heart.
You know what it is?
A ver, dime.
It's God's plan. It's out of everything. Like I said, since I came out of, like, you know, whatever I came out of, you know, with the whole, you know, mental health and everything. Once I created the Hood Footy, I feel like everything has been a puzzle and been putting itself together on its own. Like I feel like haven't even lifted a finger from that point to this point, because I can't be blinded to the things that I've seen. I mean, it's just too crazy, man. It's just I you know. But then people also say, you know, you never work a day in your life when you find something that you're passionate about. You know, I don't feel like this is work. For me, it's, this is what fuels me. This is what energizes me. But yeah, I feel like there's a higher power that, that's putting this together. And to add that, I feel like my dad's part of this. And that's a whole different story if you want to get into it. But yeah, it's, I've seen him one too many times and directing everything for me not to think that he's part of this journey.
So God's plan is manifesting itself in your life. You're taking these steps of what we call in the spiritual world, in the world of faith, is you're taking these steps of faith. You're putting one in front of the other, and you're seeing how God opens these doors and is building these networks where he takes someone that doesn't seem like they have a lot of influence number-wise, but then, he places them with these people and even above other people. Sort of like that David story.
Correct.
He was a person that was, no one, he wasn't thought about, whatever, he wasn't considered, but God was preparing him.
And I think, if we look back at the conversation that we had earlier, where, even in my dark places, in back of my mind, I was like, I'm destined to do greatness. I just don't know what it is, and it would suck for me not to utilize my potential. And now thinking back, it's like, was this what I was thinking about? Is this what I was destined to do? Because to get praise and to be compared to someone like the biggest names. That shit is like, it's humbling, bro. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, yeah.
So with that said, we're going to go once again and check out one of our sponsors here, Abogados a su Defensa. We'll be right back as we begin to close up this conversation with the Hood Foodie out here from the 818, representing here, visiting us here in the city of Oxnard, California. We're going to come back and hear about future projects. What are the future plans? What are some of the things that he dreams and inspires to do for the future? And maybe what are some of his latest projects that he has taking place right now? So we'll be right back after this short little promotional break.
Have you been involved in an accident? ¿Fuiste lastimado en un accidente? If so, I invite you to give my friends Abogados a su Defensa a phone call right now. Te puedes comunicar con ellos ahora mismo 24/7 al 805-436-1227. You can reach them right now at 805-436-1227. Free consultations. Las consultas son gratis. If we don't win, you don't pay. Si no ganamos, no cobramos. Once again, that number is 805-436-1227, 805-436-1227. Llámale a los Abogados a su Defensa. Su experiencia marca la diferencia.
So we're here with the Hood Foodie from the 818. We've been hearing his journey. For those of you that are just tuning in, you have to rewatch this from the beginning. Or you can even just start watching it from right now and then go ahead and go back to the beginning. But we're here with Alexander Orozco. Because what did I say earlier? Like a white guy?
You're like Orozco?
Orozco.
Yeah.
Mr. Alexander Orozco is here with us in Oxnard, California. What do they want? They wanted to change the name to the city, right? Like Oxnard Shores or something at one time?
They did.
To make it fancier. Yeah, at one point they were considering rebranding the city of Oxnard to change the name to make it more appealing to the fufuru shishishish. But there was an uproar, and so we're still Oxnard. So we're here with the Hood Foodie. I'm here with him. We've had an awesome segment, and so we've been talking a little bit about his journey. What are the projects that you are currently working on that you really want to just share with us? And maybe what's the vision for the future of the Hood Foodie, and now the branding of the Familia, of incorporating other individuals? Specifically, I think rolling with the Hood Foodie is one of those things, but I want you to tell us, what's up with what's the future hold for the Hood Foodie and for us that are watching you?
You know what? When I started having goals, after 37 years old, which before previously I didn't. It's crazy because I feel that once you start like loving yourself, you get these like superpowers. You start like feeling things, sensing things, feeling out people. Their good intentions, bad intentions. So
discernment.
Yes. So with that, it's like. My first thought that came to mind was that I wanted to be the first household name social media foodie, which I don't know if you see something, but you know, it just, and like I said, it's part of God's plan, things like that, you know. So I kind of started envisioning, like, okay, like I want to be the first household name social media foodie, and then I started getting this vision of I want to be in the Food Network representing Latinos. But then if I really look at it, maybe those goals have already been met. You know, because basically I run my own show. I'm a public figure, you know, representing Latinos. But you just never know. One day we might, you know, end up in the Food Network. I mean, the connections are there. But it's been pretty much a blessing. But right now, what it is obviously I started with rolling with the Hood Foodie, which is me showcasing mom and pop shops, highlighting them. And then my newer segment is Rolling with the Hood Foodie, which I bring my familia to take me to their favorite mom and pop shops to help support them, giving them a platform, and also giving a platform to the people that I sit down that help me support the Hood Foodie cause. And it's crazy because as soon as I started that, you know, I've had like huge names from like, you know, YB, Beer Thug Life, DJ Damage, Mexican Ways, Ali Khan, and you're talking about people that have been like, you know, in Hollywood Unlocked, you know, Love and Hip Hop, Cooking Channel, Food Network. So yeah, like I said, I mean, it's just been kind of put itself together. I also this year my goal is also to start putting together merchandise for my familia. So that's
I've seen the hats.
Correct. So we started off with the hats this year. We're gonna be we should be getting those in about a week or so. So that we're gonna start off with that. But obviously the goal is, you know, to shirts, you know, you name it, phone accessories, you know, cook line, you know, you name it. I mean, we're dreaming big. We're dreaming big. And then with that, you know, I got a bunch of projects coming up. On the 29th, I'm going to be part of a soft opening with somebody huge in the basketball world. I can't disclose who because it's a soft opening and, you know, it's still not out there yet, but we're going to be doing that. 5, 6, 7, and 8, we're going to be down in Mexicali for the Agrobaja, a.k.a. Agropeda. Why do they call it Agropeda, you say? So it's supposed to be an agricultural event, but then what comes out of agriculture? Beer, wine, mezcal, tequila. So, you know, but they have like a bunch of, you know, fun activities. They got like food courts, they got, you know, caballos, they got gallos, they got like a bar, you know, with banda. I mean, it's just puro pinche party. That's what it is.
Do you need someone to carry your luggage? 5 pesos, bro. Todo me tienes que pagar.
And I'm actually going out there because I'm going to be doing a segment with somebody, with Don Ramiro, and our girl Diabla is going to be out there with us. So we're going to be, you know, doing some Hood Foodie stuff out there.
Dude, that's so awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for what's happening, dude.
The 21st, we're going to be one of the judges for LA Tacos Birria Mania. And then on the 28th, we have a mental health awareness event that I'm doing with my girl, Anel, which obviously I'm going to be the primary panelist talking about mental health and, you know, spread the awareness.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. And a shout out to also Mr. Tortilla, right? Is it Mr. Tortilla, right?
Well, actually, their handle is The Best Tortilla.
The Best Tortilla.
Correct.
But the name of the brand is?
Yeah, Mr. Tortilla.
Mr. Tortilla. Yeah. So shout out to them. Some of us locally here won some of this stuff. And so do you have like a manager now? Do you have someone that's like, so who's doing all this networking for you, or is it just you handling all this stuff?
Hey, man. It's basically me. Yeah, it's definitely getting to the point where I need somebody to kind of help me manage everything. I don't think we're at that point yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks like it's building up and building up, but
Eventually.
Once I feel comfortable where I can say like, okay, I think I need help.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the time where I'm gonna bring somebody on. My bigger goal is actually getting my wife out of work and having her help me. But
That'd be amazing, bro.
that'd be amazing. But I can't take away from her passion, and right now she's doing her passion. But we've talked about it.
If you don't mind, what's her passion, if you don't mind me asking?
So she's a supervisor at a huge diabetic company, and I feel like she just loves what she does. Like
Okay.
she comes home excited. She talks about work, so and so. I've always kind of try to bring her into the foodie world. But cuando le conviene, when there's food involved, she's down. But when it comes to to more technical things, ya se hace la dormida. Pero,
I started following her on Instagram, and I started seeing some of her posts of like the perks of being the wife of the hood foodie.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, bro. That that you guys get to be able to do that together. But whatever God has in store for you guys. And so, with that said, how can people get connected with you? We do have right here at the Hood Foodie, which is your Instagram
Correct.
handle. How else can people get a hold of the Hood Foodie? And then I'm gonna ask you to personalize a message to whoever you want to, whatever God puts on your heart, and you'll be talking directly to that camera.
Okay.
Because I always like to invite those good hustlers that come on the show to share something personal and possibly have a moment to inspire someone or speak life over someone who's maybe going through a difficult time in their life. So contact information.
Okay, so Instagram's gonna be my biggest channel, but you can also reach me at you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, like I said, .com and Gmail.
Okay. And all of those are going to be the Hood Foodie, right?
Correct.
All right. So those are the ways that you guys can get a hold of him. And with that said, so if anybody wants to get a hold of you, whether they want you to come to their place, whether they want you to visit them, whether they want to do something where they involve you and they pay you some dinero, that's the way that you guys can get a hold of him. So I'm going to go ahead and give you this chance, this opportunity to be able to speak into that camera right there.
Right there.
I'm going to go ahead and take off my thing right there and then put you right there, take that off right there. So that way, see, esa camarita está tu carita ahí. Speak life, speak hope, whatever's on your heart, whatever you feel your mission is to convey or communicate, ahí están las cámaras.
Okay, so first, I want to make you guys understand that by me telling you guys my story, it's not an instructional book. I feel that everybody has their time and their place. I get it. I get the people that can't see outside of the box because you're in that moment, and you feel like there's no way to dream big. There's no way coming out of it. But let me tell you, I was there. I was a person in darkness. I was a person that felt, that I had no way out. I felt like, basically I was, gonna live the rest of my life with no potential at all. Till I started feeling sorry for myself. And like I said, that was my time. And with that said, once your time, comes, take it, run with it. You gotta make sure that, what's worked for me is that, every day you wake up, blessing your day, giving thanks that you're here, and you just gotta manifest, positivity, cut out all the cancer. I know, sometimes the cancer that is involved is from the closest people to you, and I'm telling you, cut the cancer, and you'll be at the happiest place that you've ever been. And all I can say is, just dream big. Aspire to inspire, and keep changing the foodie world one bite at a time.
Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate you once again taking the time to come out here from Los Angeles here to us in the city of Oxnard. Your first of probably, hopefully, what's going to be many visits out here to Ventura County, if it's possible. And if not, pues tú sabes, aquí tienes tu familia.
Yes,
Tienes
thank
tu
you. I appreciate
familia.
that, yeah.
So we appreciate you coming. That's it, guys. That's it for What's Good, your show that comes on every single week.
But wait a minute.
¿Qué pasó?
Is this the end cap?
I think we're getting close to it, yeah.
Let me know once we finish.
Okie dokie. Porque ¿qué vas a hacer? ¿Que me vas a pegar o qué vas a bautizar con la cachetazo? ¿Qué pasó?
I got to baptize the show.
Órale. So yeah, like I said, with that said, you know, we come on every week. It's going to be available via YouTube. For those of you that are watching this on YouTube, please do us a favor and subscribe. Go ahead and like and make sure that you make a comment and then share this video. It's going to also be featured in the future. We're going to start uploading these videos, the full interviews, also on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook. So just for those of you that have been patient with us, this is episode number 7 of season number 1. We thank you so much so far for following me on this journey. Check me out at The Good Hustlers on Instagram. You can also check me out on Facebook, Good Hustlers, and also my personal profile, if you want to connect with me on Facebook, is Richard Linares, okay? So with that said, yo creo que ya estamos terminando.
So make sure you guys come out, support, and tell them that the Hood Familia sent you.
That's right. That's it. Bautizados. Bautizados. That's it, guys. We're going to go ahead and mute this camera. Ya estuvo. Hasta la vista, baby.